and happy Sunday to each and every one of you that are watching us. Welcome to Usher's New Look. We are so excited to share with you today some impact stories, to hear from our young people, to hear words from our president and CEO, as well as our vice president of partnership and program. So we ask that you just stay tuned, check us out, sit back and relax, and spend the next 45 minutes with us as we talk about the impact that Usher New Look is having on these young people's lives. So with that, I would like to introduce Mrs. Careshia Moore, who happens to be the president and CEO of Usher's New Look. Hi, Careshia.
Hey,
Are you there?
Renea.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Great, great, great. So excited to have this time and space with you today, and just wanted to hear words from you as the president and CEO of New Look. So tell me a little bit of how long you've been at UNL. We affectionately call Usher's New Look UNL. So if you hear us use that nomenclature, that's exactly what that is.
Exactly. I mean, the UNL family is what we say, right? I have been with Usher's New Look now going on 9 years. Was a former educator, practiced law, and really just wanted to find an organization that would help me to help young people change the trajectory of their lives. And I found that through Usher's New Look. Started volunteering and then working, and one thing led to another. And now I have the privilege and honor of leading this amazing organization that is doing so much good in the lives of our young leaders.
Amazing. And so you started as a volunteer, and ultimately you've come full circle as the president and CEO. So I know that you did Careshia's Corner on Friday. We heard from you, but what are some exciting things that you're looking to put in place as the president and CEO for 2021?
Right. I mean, looking at 2021, Renee, we have to look back at 2020, right? And that changed a lot for everybody, our young people, our families, organizations, other nonprofits. And we had to change everything to virtual programming. But we were able to do that with an amazing staff. We were still able to build community, make sure our young people are staying motivated so that they can continue on their education and their career track. And so as a result of that, we have virtual programming. But we've also launched our Disruptivator Club, which I am super excited about. You know, we've been doing this work now for over 21 years, and we are based in Atlanta, headquartered, but we also have programming in New York. And we have been all over the world, and people have said, how can we get Usher's New Look here, a full-time leadership academy? And what we have done is created a mechanism to do that. And that's our Disruptivator Clubs, where schools, organizations, churches, community organizations can actually launch a version of Usher's New Look with our support. We will provide the support that's needed so that they can build the UNL family wherever they are.
That sounds absolutely amazing. So you heard it here right now. How can you get involved? Disruptivator Club is just one way. We're looking to replicate that all over the country. And so thank you, Careshia, for sharing time with us today. And I ask that you sit back and listen to the impact that is happening under your leadership. And so we are so excited to have this time and space, as I shared before. So thank you, Careshia. We'll be in touch, and we look forward to chatting with you soon.
Thanks, Renee. I look forward to hearing from our young people. I mean, over the last 9 years, I've gotten to know some of them so well and build mentee relationships with them. And to hear their stories, I know that people are going to be so inspired. So thank you again. I'll be watching.
Yes. Thank you so much. And so as we transition, Careshia talked about having operations, UNL, in Atlanta, but we also have a tremendous footprint in the New York market. And that is under the leadership and who has been at the epicenter of the foundation work that's been done in New York is Miss Latoya Henry. Miss Latoya Henry is the Vice President of Programs and Partnerships. Latoya, thank you for joining the conversation today.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be, I love talking about New Look and what we do and our young people. So I'm excited to be here.
So tell us just a little bit about you and UNL and your UNL story. How long have you been here? And what makes you stay?
Sure. Well, I am a boomerang. I was with UNL years ago. I'm not even going to tell you where in life the young people are that I used to work with back in 20. Well, I'm not going to tell you, but I've
Right.
been back with Usher's New Look. This will be year 5. And my background is in marketing, public relations, and events for nonprofit organizations. But I taught for a few years, and I really missed working with the young people. I really missed that classroom-ish environment. And a friend of mine introduced me to Usher's New Look when they were looking for a program coordinator years ago. And I fell in love with New Look. I fell in love with the spirit of the organization, that atmosphere, that culture of play. But we also get things done. And the young people, I love seeing their eyes open. I love seeing them grow, progress. I really enjoy helping to nurture them and provide them access to different opportunities that help to ignite the spark within them. The reality is that we're not giving young people anything that they don't already have. What we're doing is we're helping to cultivate, we're helping to show them how they uncover or release or ignite what's already in them. So we're igniting the spark.
I love that, because at UNL, we talk a lot about identifying these young people's spark. And so I really, really ask that you guys just tune in, just lean in a little bit more. We're going to hear from one of our UNL Atlanta young people, and her name is Lady Briana Jean. She is a 12th grader and has been a part of UNL. And so Briana, we are so excited to have you join us today. And I know that Latoya, you probably know Miss Latoya, as another young people say, everybody knows who Miss Latoya is. So we're just going to have a conversation with you, Briana, to understand about your spark, how long you've been with UNL. So Miss Latoya,
Yep.
get away.
Got it. So let me tell you, look, you know what? Should I tell you about Briana? Should I tell you about Briana? So, I'm gonna let her do it. Briana, all right. So you are one of my OGs from the New York chapter. So Briana, tell us a little bit about tell us how long you've been with New Look and kind of what attracted you to the organization.
Okay, so I've been with New Look ever since April 2019. And what attracted me was my friend, who's also a part of New Look. She's also an OG, Ashley Foster. During practice, she would always tell me about this program. And so like one day we didn't have practice, so I decided to go with her when she had a meeting, and I automatically fell in love. At first, I was nervous, and then Miss Latoya made me feel comfortable and made me get into it and just connect with everyone else. And now I have lifelong friends from all over due to New Look.
And this is track practice. So you're on the track team, but you know, and you kind of infiltrated, right? Like you rolled through. So Ashley would come through and it's like, who is her little friend? Hello. But you were consistent and you just kept on coming through. You came to activities. So why, what are some of the things that you've done with New Look that really made you stay, that really made you want to keep on coming back?
Okay, so first things first, during the program, like during the meetings, just the discussions that we would have, like discussions that you wouldn't have in school with your teachers, it just felt authentic and real. So I kept on coming back for that. And then the trips were very educational, but fun. So the first trip that I went on with New Look was the Follow the Money tour with Miss Jessica. And I'll never forget that one because we visited Goldman Sachs and a bunch of entrepreneurs that were also Black women. So that was very motivational to me. And we also met with a bunch of realtors and people in real estate. And that's what I would like to do. And also people in the medical field. So it was just like a whole bunch of things that I was interested in. And then during the summit that summer, it was also my 16th birthday. So they celebrated my birthday with me because I wasn't home to celebrate it with my family. So that made me feel like I was part of the family, especially due to that. And then after that, I just kept on coming and coming. And then they introduced me to the I Can't But You Can campaign. And that helped me get into voting and helping others vote because I'm not of age to vote yet. So it helped me feel like I had some kind of power to help others.
So let's roll back just for a smidge, right? Because let's talk about the trips. So you went on the Follow the Money and you went on the summit. Now the Youth Summit, for those who may not know actually Follow the Money, it's not kind of is what it sounds like, right?
Right.
So the Follow the Money tour is an experience that Ms. Jessica, our Director of Financial Literacy, created to provide our young people with a platform for learning about how does money work, right? You can't have financial literacy without knowing how does money work? Where is our money kept? What are the types of investments that we can make? So the trip that you're talking about, we did one in DC, but you're talking about the one that we did in New York. And that was what we focused on: art investment, financial investment, and what was the other? Entrepreneurship. So what did you get out of the Follow the Money tour? Like, what was something, like, we had fun and you met some people, but what was one thing that you learned that you can take away from that experience?
I learned how to invest and how to budget my money properly, because on trips, you guys gave us per diem, and that helped me learn how to save and spend wisely. And then on top of that, I networked with a lot of people.
So for young people, what is per diem? Per diem is money that you are given each day, and our young people use them for food. So if there was a session that we weren't paying for, or that we weren't a part of that process, and the young people had a little bit of free time, then they can use that money for them to purchase food. Okay.
So Latoya.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask Briana, I'm going to interject and say, Briana, you talked about a lot of things that you were interested in, from Goldman Sachs to real estate. What is your spark? Have you identified that? And how has Usher's New Look help you identify that? Because you've been exposed to so many different areas in the short time that you've been a part of UNL. So what do you imagine that your spark is?
Okay, so when I first started UNL, my spark was track and I believe the medical field. Now it's changed to advocacy and entrepreneurship along with medicine.
And there's a lot that you can do with that. You brought up a moment ago the I can't but you can. And I remember, do you remember when I asked you to do that?
Not really.
Okay, I'll remind you. Okay. So I said, Miss Briana, we have an I can't but you can. We think that you would make a great moderator. Can you, this is what the moderator does. They help to move the conversation. They ask some questions. And the first time I asked you, you said, I don't think so, Miss Latoya. That's not really my thing, right? And then I said, I pushed you a little bit and I said, I think that you can really do it. We wouldn't ask you otherwise. Do you remember that conversation now?
Yes, now I remember it. I was very nervous. Yeah, I was very nervous to do it because I'm not the person, I don't like to be in the forefront. I like to be behind the scenes. So when Miss Latoya asked me to ask people questions and talk to them on Zoom, I was nervous, but once she pushed me and once I got into it, I really enjoyed it. And then from there, I kept on doing the meetings.
And can I tell you that after that first one, you said, oh, that I was nervous, but I did it. When can I do the next one? And how many of them have you done so far?
I haven't kept track, but I remember the one, I actually didn't know how to speak Spanish, but I learned Spanish for that one to do it.
Tell us about that.
So I believe with that one, we did it with Ms. Yerby, and we were talking to people from Dominican Republic about how they vote over there and deal with the democratic process over there. And so I was kind of translating. As a moderator, I was translating for our English speakers and trying to ask the questions in Spanish for our Spanish speakers. It was kind of difficult because I don't speak Spanish at all, but I got through with it. And they helped me. Ms. Yerby helped me a lot.
You really pushed yourself for that one. So, all right, so we're coming to the end of our conversation. So I wanted to ask you, what would you share with a young person who may be watching this right now, or a parent who may be watching this? What kind of advice or tip would you have for them?
For the young person, I would say stay consistent with the program. If you're consistent, you will get a lot out of it. Like, I've gotten scholarships, networking. I've done so much just because I was consistent.
Thank you so much, Briana. And thank you,
No
Ms.
problem.
Latoya, for having the conversation with Briana. That's what it's all about. Ms. Latoya is certainly passionate about the work that she does at UNL. And Briana, we thank you for sharing your Sunday with us and sharing just a little bit about your experience with UNL. And we look forward to great things for you as you continue to show your spark, share your spark, and be your spark. So have a wonderful Sunday. And with that, just stay tuned. Stay tuned. The conversation will continue with more young people, but we'll just pause so you can see a little bit about what Usher's New Look is and what we do with a quick snippet. Check out this video.
They gave me a different look on how high school is supposed to go.
Knowing what you want to do, knowing what you want to come out of high school as, knowing what goal that you have for the future.
I feel like today was a good experience for me, especially since I'm in 8th grade, and now since I'm going to high school, I'm going to have all these tools and steps that I learned to help me in the future.
Round the corner, you're looking for ways to get connected with UNL. We've shared with you what Ms. Briana Jean has shared with you. We've also shared with you about our Powered by Service opportunity. And Usher's New Look for 20 years has been working to help young people identify their spark so that they can have a lasting impact on their communities, on their family, on their circles. We have over the impact, we have over 100% rate of graduation for those participants in the program. And we've inspired young people to be entrepreneurs. We even have first generation college students as a result of matriculating through this program. So if you haven't heard anything yet that inspired you, I ask you to keep listening. Check us out on ushersnewlook.org and check out the amazing work that we're doing here at UNL to inspire these young people, to equip them to be transformational leaders. And so I just invite you to join us on this journey. Be a part of our community of givers through our 20 for 20 campaign. And you can once again visit us on ushersnewlook.org and check out our 20 for 20 campaign. That's simply $20 for 12 months. And you'll have a lasting impact on the program that we continue to do here at Usher's New Look. And so we've talked about real estate being a spark. We talked about being an advocate as being the spark. And, as we're growing up, we think that we want to do a thing, right? And so we've heard here from Miss Briana that she thought her spark was one thing, but as a result of connecting in community and being a part of the program, she's identified some other sparks. And so she's in pursuit of that. And, we talk about music being a spark. It can be advocacy. It could be entrepreneurship. And so we inspired that in our young people. As Ms. Latoya talked about earlier, we just help them uncover that so that we can bring that forward and so that they can really realize who they were designed to be here on this side. And so with that, we would like you to take a look at one of our young people, Miss Ginger Strother, who is part of our Atlanta UNL family, as she shares her gift of song and music. Wow, that was amazing. That's one of our young people, Miss Ginger Strother, who is in our 9th grade Leadership Academy. That was amazing. And so we thank her for sharing her gift of song and music with us. And I have a beautiful young lady in the studio, as well as our VP of Partnerships and Programs that are back. Lady Hannah, welcome in, and Miss Latoya, welcome back. And so you are a part of our Atlanta UNL family. And so I would let Miss Latoya introduce you, Lady Hannah.
Hi, Miss
right,
Latoya.
Hey, Miss Hannah, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
So good to see you. So good to see you. Fantastic. I'm fantastic. So, Miss Hannah, now I've had the opportunity to get to see you in this virtual world, but let's bring the viewers with us, okay? So tell us your spark and a little bit more about, tell us your spark. Let's start there. What's your spark?
My spark is broadcast media production. And before I started UNL, I knew about my spark, but I wasn't confident in it. So being in UNL has allowed me to cultivate my confidence in my spark as I pursue it.
Tell us a little bit more about that. How has UNL helped to increase your confidence or cultivate your confidence?
Well, for the last few years, I've been serving in my church on our broadcast media team. And I was a little shy. Sometimes I didn't know how to use my voice to speak up when I saw things. But being in UNL, I learned that my voice is important and it matters, and especially in the career field I want to pursue. And since being in UNL, I've been able to hold discussions and learn from individuals in my career field as I gain wisdom and mentorship and networking through our virtual sessions that we hold throughout the summer and throughout on a monthly basis, and sometimes in our leadership workshops.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's start with when you started, because I'm gonna come back to this. Tell us about when you started with New Look. Why did you join the organization? Tell us a little bit about your origin story.
Okay, so I actually heard of Usher's New Look from our financial literacy director, Miss Jessica Washington. I was involved with another nonprofit organization, and I met her at one of our events that we held, and she told me about UNL and that I would be a perfect individual, well, not a perfect, but like a great individual to
claim it, perfection.
To join the program, to learn more about myself and who I'm supposed to be and my purpose in this world. And honestly, I was very shy to join because, like I said earlier, I didn't know my voice. I didn't know the power I held. And I was a little insecure, but since joining the program, I've learned a lot about financial literacy through Miss Jessica. I've learned more about who I am supposed to be. I've gained so much wisdom in my career field and just being a leader. I've learned how to use my talents to not only positively affect myself, but impact my peers, impact my friends and my family. So yes, I've only been a part of UNL for 2 years, but I'm so grateful for the time that I've had here.
That's amazing, Miss Hannah. And Miss Latoya brought this up a little earlier, that a lot of your experience and connection with UNL has been in this virtual space. And you have taken advantage of every opportunity that has been presented to you. And tell us a little bit about that. So just tell us, you have not connected with any physical events, or have you been to an event in person?
Yes,
Okay.
the first event I went to was the UNL Summit, the Disruptivator Summit in the summer. So I got to see a little bit of UNL before I joined, and I'm so very grateful for that. And then I had a few in-person sessions before we switched to the virtual workshops or sessions. And since then, I've been even more in love with UNL because it gives me the opportunity to chat with some of the leaders and other students in my age group and throughout all of UNL in our New York program, I've been able to hear others' opinions and how they see things from their point of view, and I learned just how to interact with other people. So being in the UNL program in a virtual space has been very I'm trying to say like impactful and a learning process, because everyone has been on many Zoom calls. We've all had to adjust to learning through virtual sessions, but it's also made networking with other individuals and community leaders a lot easier through the virtual sessions. I've been co-moderators for some of our I Can't But You Can campaigns, some of our mental health and trauma campaigns as well, as we spread awareness for mental health, because I felt a lot of youth or UNL felt a lot of youth are being impacted by mental health trauma, and we were able to shed a light on making sure our friends and our neighbors, like our community, are strong in their mental health. I've also been invited through virtual sessions as a youth panelist alongside Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms to build bridges among youth and local law enforcement so that we can build bonds and trust with each other. Before our virtual sessions, I was a mock debater before one of our Georgia State senators, Miss Nikema Williams, and I learned where I debated how financial literacy is important for Georgia State students and how we should implement it for K through 12th grade. So, but since virtual sessions have started, I have been impacted greatly, and I've learned more about who I am and my calling and my purpose and my voice.
Incredible.
Wow.
And you said a little bit about the financial literacy component. So talk to us about, what you've, sessions, if you can remember which sessions you've been to, and what did you take away from them from a financial literacy perspective?
One of my favorite sessions that Miss Jessica hosted was actually in person. It was right before we had to move to virtual sessions. Can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We learned how to make a budget on how to break down using the 20, 30, 50 method. And I use that to budget my little money that I get every now and then. I don't have a job, but I found that it's been very helpful to save my money that I do get and to spend it wisely. I'm also teaching my little brother how to use the method so he can be financially prepared and strong in his finances. So that's my favorite session for financial literacy.
Marvelous. So this is my last question for you, Miss Hannah. What would you say to, I think Briana spoke to the youth, talk to the parents. What would you say to a parent who might be interested in Usher's New Look? Like, what do the young people get out of this program? What would you tell them?
My mom and my dad were they're very involved in my me being in UNL. When I started, I honestly was very shy. I was nervous to join because I'd never been in a mentorship like this. I've been in other programs, but they were nothing compared to UNL. They're not as great as UNL because they're more one-on-one with us. And I was a little nervous about that environment, but UNL has made it very comforting, and my parents have made it a comfortable space as well, because they pushed me to believe that I had greatness within myself that I didn't even see, and that they saw within me, and that they knew that the other mentors and the UNL staff were able to see that light within me and help me to use my spark, help me to see my spark and cultivate it and grow in it. So I can not just have it to say I have it, but I can use it to impact my world and to be a disruptivator. So parents, I would love for you to just share with your children what you see in them, and let them know that UNL is a program that they can be involved in to see their greatness, to be bold, and to use their voice, to use their passion to change their world. So if you have any questions, or if you are inspired by this call, you can continue to listen to this Zoom call and go on our website to learn more. So I just want to say thank you to UNL for allowing me to be a part of this group Zoom call. I'm very thankful for all that I've learned through UNL.
Thank you, Hannah. You are so amazing. And you and Briana are such an inspiration. And, I really love to see when young people take advantage of the opportunities that are placed in front of them and the level of growth that you're able to attain and how you're able to shine and, just live and just be who you're destined to be. So marvelous.
Thank
Renee?
you so much, Hannah. Thank you so much, Latoya. What a rich conversation. I mean, Hannah really does embody the transformation that happens at UNL, and she certainly is going to change the world. She's already had impact in her community, in her home, and we know certainly that she is going to have a tremendous impact on the world. And so just keep inviting your friends to this conversation. We wanted to give you an update on where things were from a fundraising standpoint and donations rather. We just thank you so much for your contributions. And we have, as an announcement, we have an update that we've already received $10,000 in donations from one of our board members, Mr. Tony Lukes, and he's with Home Depot. And so that is a $10,000 donation that we are so grateful for here at UNL. That enables us to continue to pursue our mission and our vision. So I ask that you keep your donations coming. You can visit us at ushersnewlook.org and visit our donate page to understand how your donation may be used. And if you don't want to do that, you're certainly welcome to join us to be a part of our community of givers through our 20 for 20 campaign. And that is simply $20 over the next 12 months would have a lasting impact. And you can visit our website at ushersnewlook.org and you can see how your monies and your donations are used. So we've heard from Ms. Briana in New York. We've heard from Hannah in Atlanta. And we are going to hear from one of our 11th grade UNL Atlanta scholars, Ms. Ryann Richards, who's going to share all about her experience with UNL. And Ms. Latoya Henry will be joined back with us as well, who is our VP of Programs and Partnerships. So hi, Ryann. Thanks for joining us today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. So excited to hear from you. And I know that Miss Latoya, everyone in UNL knows Miss Latoya. She just has that vivacious personality, and she is really working and walking in her purpose and her spark by working here at UNL. So Miss Latoya.
Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. Good to see you, Ryann.
Hey.
So Ryann, I know your spark. Word on the street of what your spark is, because you really have just taken advantage, just like Hannah and Briana have taken advantage of the many opportunities here. So why don't you tell us your spark?
Okay, so hey everybody, my name is Ryann Richards. I'm an 11th grader in the Usher's New Look Leadership Academy, and my spark is entrepreneurship. As of right now, well, okay, when I first joined Usher's New Look, I kind of knew, like, I started a business, but I didn't really focus on it. And I knew that was something that I wanted to focus in on and grow and like create. So as of now, I have 5 businesses and I'm working on my 6th. So that's a lot of growth.
5 businesses?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness.
So tell us about the businesses that you're currently running.
Okay, so the first business I had started was a clothing brand. It's now called Z Culture, and I added on a accessories and like beauty brand. So it's lashes, and then I also have accessories. And so then after that, I decided to open a shoe customization business. It's called Hood Fame Customs. And then I also have, it's cosmetic dentistry. It's called Ice by Rod. I also have Rise Couture Closet, which is a upsell, resell type of business. And then now I'm working on a chocolatier business. So yes.
So incredible. So I can come and get I can come and get my some clothes. I can get some jewelry. I can get a whole look and a vibe just by coming to you.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about tell us your UNL story. How did you get started? What sparked your interest in the organization, and why do you stay?
Okay. So I found out through a Usher's New Look alumni, which is actually my cousin. And so I heard about the organization, and I heard about it when I was in 8th grade. So I was like, oh, I can't really join. But like I heard all these great things about it. And then I ended up filling out the application, and I got in. And the first meeting, like I was kind of shy. But then I realized like, oh, this is like a big family. Like they're very supportive, and they're always there for you. Like no matter what you think about doing or want to do, like it's always going to be someone that's going to back you up and support you throughout that.
Tell us a little bit more about that. How has UNL supported your entrepreneurial endeavors?
So I've talked to Miss Jessica a lot about like all my entrepreneur stuff, and like she's always given me advice on what to do. She's also recommended me to the Free to Be program, which I was doing last year before COVID and everything. But I was involved in that program. And then she's also given me like, if I need vendors and stuff, she'll help me with that. So that's really good. And also anytime I need guidance, basically, it's always there for me. So I really appreciate that.
So now, I know that I remember seeing you and hearing about you on our during the virtual summer academy, because we had the entrepreneurship sessions and so on. So from a training perspective, or kind of learning about entrepreneurship and learning some skills that you can pour into your business, tell us about the sessions that you've gone to that really helped to cultivate that.
I think one thing that really helped me the most was when we were able to look at the business model canvas and like able to fill that out and just see like everything just come together into one perfect world. I mean, that really helped me, because I have a lot of ideas about businesses I want to start and a lot of ideas about things I want to do, but it's like they're just ideas. I don't have a way to execute them, and I feel like I'm the type of person that I just want to go out and do it rather than having a plan, but sometimes it's better to have a plan rather than just do it.
Right. So for those who don't know, tell us, what is a business model canvas?
So a business model canvas is basically all the components that go into making your business. So you're going to have your vendors, you're going to have your support systems, you're going to have how you're going to learn basically your craft. And so it's just everything that's on it is going to help you construct basically a perfect business.
That is amazing, Ryann, that you have not one, but 5 businesses and looking to start another. I would add to you, you're definitely interested in entrepreneurship. I would add that you are a serial entrepreneur, and that you are continuing to inspire other young people to go ahead and pursue their dream. A lot of times when we are growing up, it's like you have to wait until a certain time. You probably heard that, wait until a certain time that to do something, but you have just shown us and are showing us that you can do it now and are heavily in pursuit of your dreams and living out your spark. So thank you for being just embodying what we are trying to pour into these young people at Usher's New Look. Miss Latoya?
Nope, I think that was a perfect closing for Ryann. Ryann, did you have any words that you'd like to share that maybe we didn't talk about?
I just like to say, like, Usher's New Look has really provided me like a big support system. I've met so many like good friends from it, and I would really encourage like anybody who's looking into it or thinking about getting involved, they should definitely go for it and get involved.
Thank you so much, Miss Ryann, for spending part of your Sunday with us and just sharing all that you have learned and gained from being a part of this organization, and to the mentors and the staff and the community has gained so much more as you're part of it as well. So thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to hearing great things and hearing more about your new business venture.
Thank you
So have
so
an
much.
awesome Sunday. Yes, yes, yes.
You
And
too.
so we are rounding out our hour here at Usher's New Look. And, you know, I don't know if I introduced myself, but I am Renea Pierre, and I serve as the Chief Engagement Officer here at Usher's New Look. And it is such a pleasure to engage with the young people here at Usher's New Look as they are absolutely changing their immediate world, and they're going to definitely have an impact on the world and the community at large. And so we are going to be looking to share just a little bit more through another video from one of our longtime supporters of Usher's New Look and some of our students, and the impact that Usher's New Look has had on them and how they will pay it forward.
I mainly grew up in project-based apartments.
I live in Decatur, Georgia. There's some good and some bad.
I live with my mom. All my life, she's been a single mom.
Home life for me looks different compared to others because my dad is the primary caregiver for my grandparents.
My spark has changed the way that I think about different situations, and it has also made me think more critically.
Through Usher's New Look, I've been able to find my dream college and also learned how to navigate through the internship process.
They gave me a lot of experiences. I rode my first airplane with New Look. I was able to visit and see different things that I wouldn't have seen on a daily basis.
My favorite part of Usher New Look is financial literacy curriculum. I love it because I've just learned so much on how to handle money in the future. Usher's New Look is very important for teens because you're able to network with people around the city and also big businesses.
I can truly say that Usher's New Look has opened many doors for me and changed my life.
I can honestly say that New Look has changed my life for the better.
To all of the youth participating in Usher's New Look, as you are dreaming about your futures, the greatest advice I can give to you is to pursue what you are passionate about. Choose something that inspires you and what brings you joy. Don't be afraid of failure, as it builds wisdom and character. Just choose what empowers you.
Choosing what empowers you. That is so beautiful. And that is from Miss Iris Smith, who is one of UNL's longtime supporters, and some of our students and scholars that have been tremendously impacted by UNL. We just thank you for sharing your stories. And we keep the donations coming in. Ms. Nicole Duncan, thank you for joining our 20 for 20 community of givers. We so appreciate your gifts and look forward to you continuing to engage with us here at UNL. Ms. Latoya, it has been such an inspiring day and conversation with these young people. And we are rounding out the hour with one of our alumni, and Mr. Dante Hollis, who has been a part of UNL, who has gone on to do some amazing things and is going to share with us why he continues to be engaged and all that New Look has been to him and how he's continued to pay that forward. Mr. Dante Hollis, thank you for joining us today.
How you guys doing today?
Dante, the OG. So Dante, you have a really interesting, I mean, everybody's story is interesting, but you probably have had the longest run of actually probably all of us on this call. So tell us about your UNL story. How did you get connected to the organization? How long have you been with us? Just tell us a little bit more.
I've been a part of New Look since I was 12 years old, 23 now. So
wow.
How I found out about it was actually it was like an after school program. It was called 21st Century. And this is one thing when Usher was getting ready to do like one of them tours. And it was like, we only picking 2 kids to be a part of this program or whatever. I'm like, all right, I'm about to apply. I was always that kid anyway, so I'm about to apply. And then I end up applying. And then ever since then, the rest was history. Like, I got put on my first flight with New Look. I done trained over thousands of kids across the country. Just, it's so much that it's just so hard to put it in.
You've done a whole lot. So talk to us about the training piece. Tell us about the trainings you've done.
The trainings is probably one of my favorite parts, honestly, is being able to travel across the country and see other youth, you know what I'm saying, that look like myself, African-American youth, even not even African-American youth, but just being able to see other kids that, you know, come from impoverished neighborhoods and different backgrounds of life, and just, you know, encourage them to be, you know, the leaders of tomorrow. They basically are the future. You know, we used to always get told, y'all are the future of tomorrow. And then I'm 23, like, whoa, you might be the next doctor, you might be the next teacher, or you might be, you know, I never knew and took that, you know, serious until I started getting older and started becoming an adult and started seeing how important it was. But the trainings is an experience like no other, man. Just seeing kids come out their shells, like they won't sing or dance in front of nobody. And then by the end of the day, they up there on the stage in front of the whole school, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. So that's one of the.
So let me brag on you a little bit. So with the with the Powered by Service trainings, and you know, it's something to have trained thousands. You hear that number, it's just something to, you know, you're real humble with it, but that's thousands of young people. We touched on it earlier about Powered by Service, which is a peer-to-peer training. So you as a young person, you as a high school student, you as a college student, we're going across the country to train 8th and 9th graders about how to recognize their spark and about branding and so on. So tell us, so I know that I've met you on a few of the different trips, right? Like I've seen you on different trips. So tell us about some of the other trips that you've been on with New Look and kind of the personal side of those trips and the business side. Okay,
I've been blessed with the opportunity to go to Texas, Florida, Washington, D.C., Ohio, New York, Atlanta, Virginia. It's a lot, man.
A lot. So tell me, so was it the MIT retreat? I know you've done the Powered by Service, but you've been to the MIT retreat, you've been to the summit. Tell us about your experiences there.
The MIT retreat is something I'm not, like, that is an experience in itself, because it's basically like you get to see all the kids that you either helped train or they train with you. And basically, like, we go to professional development sessions. So like our previous trip, we actually went to San Francisco, California, and Oakland, where we actually did something with FedEx. It was like a professional development, just resume building, interview skills, just professionalism in the workspace, just, you know, not allowing yourself to just be confined to one idea or thing. So that was one of the biggest, like, business takeaways I took, because as a college kid, that's not something you always taught. You know, you just taught, go to class, look for internships. But going, like, some of our kids in New Look got jobs with FedEx by just going to the events out there. So that's one of the biggest things I can't say, like, on the business side, that I was exposed to, just the different opportunities and broadening my network and just meeting different people.
So that brings up a question of, what do you think that New Look has provided you, or what kind of experience or skills or characteristics has New Look helped to nurture within you through these experiences?
Mainly, man, be yourself, man. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to grow within yourself, but be yourself. You know, like, they used to call me Happy Feet because I like dancing. You know what I'm saying? I used to like just. So I honestly said, like, they allowed me to become, you know, a better young man, and understanding that there's different components to life than just what did I see. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, so you know, it's rough there growing up in Detroit. So just being able to be the first person in my family to graduate high school, go to college, just see life differently. You know, New Look must have exposed me to a lifestyle of that.
That is so amazing, Dante. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Miss Latoya. That is just, I mean, you experienced a lot of firsts. I know when we talked the other day, you talked about that, but the fact that you're the first to graduate from high school, go to college, and you threw out a number, you know, like, you certified almost like 10,000 youths. Did you? It might be number that, right? It was in the neighborhood of that.
Yeah, it might be there, because I remember, like, when we went to Florida, it was about 1,000 a day, somewhere around there. Like, it was somewhere around there, like 1,000 a day. So that was just one trip. It was a point in time where we had a sessions where we hit like 4 high schools in 1 week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So somewhere around like 10th. It might be more. I've been in it since I was 12, and I started traveling my 9th grade year of high school. So all the way up until now. So it could be around there 10,000, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah,
So
Dante.
you truly are transforming. You're part of the again, transforming youth so they can change the world. And so thank you for sharing your story. Ms. Latoya, I know certainly has more questions because again, you represent since you were 12, right? And now you're 23.
3.
I'm 23 also. I must have been just
kidding. And I was just gonna share just one last thing, because I know that we're up on time, but I just wanted to, tell Dante how proud I am. I'm really proud of you, just the young man that you have grown into. I can't wait to see what you do and who you become. And I will say that, it's a simple story, a small, very, very seemingly small thing, but it says something to me about you. When we were at the summit a couple of years ago, and it was time for lunch or something like that, and there was a vegan food truck, and you had never had vegan food before, and I said, oh, Dante, come through, get up on this, get this good food. And you were reluctant, and you were like, I don't know about this, but you gave it a try. And you ended up liking it. And I think that is, part of what we do. We introduce you to different things, and it's for the young people to take advantage of these opportunities. And, it was so small, but it was just like, that's part of what makes you amazing. So I really, just my final words, just really thanking you for being who you are. Can't wait to see who you become. And same thing goes for Hannah and Briana. And Ryan, I cannot wait to see who you become, because I'm getting to see it in process. You're amazing. You're incredible. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for giving us of yourselves. Thanks for taking time out of your Sunday.
But thank you. If I could say one thing,
absolutely,
go ahead, Dante.
I would just tell any young people that is out there watching, or parents that might be interested of allowing your kids to be a part of something like this. But any advice to y'all, man, just be yourself. Life is very challenging. It's all different journeys. We all got different decks of cards of how we was built. And take care of your mental health. Continue to broaden your network, because your network is your net worth. And you surround yourself around people that wants to see you win, not just want to just turn up and do all the kid stuff. You can have fun in life, but also know how to take care of your responsibilities and priorities. So any parents out there, looking to add your kids to this is a great program. Like I said, I've been in it for 11 years. My mama don't just trust me with any and everybody. I done been all across the country with these people. I was actually supposed to go out the country with New Look, but I couldn't because of football camp. So be yourself, man. Don't allow somebody to put a cap over your creativity. Don't be suppressed by the social norms, and just continue to grow as a person.
Well, don't let anybody cap your creativity, and don't be confined by these social norms. I think we need to put that on a t-shirt, Dante.
Just give my if y'all
get your credit, right?
You already know. Asking the right questions, making the right statements.
I am so inspired by you, Dante. This has just been such an amazing conversation. So as Ms. Latoya said, thank you so much for sharing. And we look forward to the great things that you're going to continue to do and the impact that you're going to continue to make. So thank you for spending your Sunday with us. And we look forward to catching up with you real soon.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you for continuing to stay on with us as we are just past 4 o'clock, but the conversation has been so inspiring and so rich, and we would be remiss if we did not let these young people tell their story, because that's exactly what it's all about. The impact these young people are transforming, and they're definitely going to impact the world. And so thank you to those who continue to send in your donations on through our giving campaign. And our 20 for 20 campaign, again, that's $20 for 12 months, will have a lasting impact, and it enables us to continue the pursuit of our vision and our mission. And thank you, Usher, for being a visionary at such a young age and starting this organization as we are on 21 years of transforming teams so that they can impact the world. So we thank you for that. And thank you to all of our corporate supporters, all of our individual donors, and our partners who enable us, who are the wind beneath our wings. We appreciate you and appreciate the partnerships. And so as we wrap up, we ask that you visit us at ushersnewlook.org if you want to see the information on the work that we continue to do here, and to donate. If you just go to ushersnewlook.org, click that donate button. We will be so grateful for that. And as we end our conversation, I will pause and ask Ms. Latoya, who is part and parcel responsible for our New York footprint, if she would have any parting words.
I think that the young people have summed it up. You have summed it up. We thank everyone I just want to thank folks for joining and listening to the stories of our young people. Just hearing them, it reignites my spark, knowing that every day when we wake up and we look to create these experiences and opportunities for our young people, that they're walking away more confident. They're walking away, stretching themselves beyond the limits of what they think they can do in a moment, but also that they are being themselves, that they are learning who they are and how they should show up in the world confidently and living into their purpose.
Thank you, Ms. Latoya. And as I shared, you are certainly walking in your passion. It emulates from you, and everyone is just drawn to you in this organization. So we thank you for sharing your spark with us, because you certainly could take your talent somewhere else, but UNL is so fortunate to have you at the helm of our partnership and programs.
It's my joy and my pleasure.
So as we turn the corner, the conversation has ended here, but the conversation continues on as our impact, we continue to make impact. Visit our website, ushersnewlook.org. You can continue to see videos and stories. You can visit us on IG as well as YouTube to continue to hear the stories that we are sharing and the impact that we're having on these young people. And conversely, the impact that they are having on each of us, just as much as we give to them, they give to us, and they're sharing their spark and how they're impacting their communities. And so as we wrap up, you will be hearing from our president and CEO, Careshia Moore, who will share a video just talking about, the Giving Day, talking about our 20 for 20 campaign, and just all the work that we're doing. So we thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. We thank you for listening, and we thank you for your generous contributions.
Hi, I'm Careshia Moore, President and CEO of Usher's New Look. We have all experienced a year of unprecedented loss, change, and hardships, but particularly for the communities that we serve. However, we have been able to shift our programming to a virtual setting so that we maintain a constant presence in the lives of the youth we serve.
Usher's New Look has provided me with so many resources, and they taught me how I can utilize my spark, which is being a makeup artist and also a creative entrepreneur. In my 1 year of being a New Look youth, even with COVID and having to do everything online, I've completed so much with Usher's New Look. They've taught me how to get scholarships. They've told me how to be financially literate. They taught me how to do presentations, and I really don't think I would be in the same place without Usher's New Look.
One of the big things I love about the organization so far is that just giving them that practical tools, telling them the how-tos, because a lot of the times we tell the kids do this, do this, do this, but they don't really get the how to do it. I see the light bulb went off in their eyes, and it's just like, yes, they finally got it. They got it.
We need the support of individuals, corporations, and foundations to enable us to continue to serve and expand our reach so that we are able to develop global youth leaders. I invite you to join us in our efforts, as every single dollar matters. Please visit our website, ushersnewlook.org, to make your tax-deductible donation. Thank you in advance for your financial contribution.
Thank you to all those who joined Usher's New Look for this giveathon experience, hearing about the stories of our young people and what we do at Usher's New Look. Have a marvelous Sunday.
Thank you, Ms. Latoya. And thank you to each of our donors. We appreciate you, and the work would not be possible without your financial contributions as well as your engagement. So we look forward to connecting with you, and thank you. Have a wonderful afternoon.